Have you ever started a new project, a new hobby, or a new fitness plan with a ton of excitement? That initial burst of energy feels amazing, right? You're making progress, seeing results, and you feel unstoppable. This is the honeymoon phase. Everyone loves the beginning. But then, something shifts. The novelty wears off. The progress slows down. You're no longer getting those constant pats on the back or seeing dramatic changes every single day. This, my friends, is the middle. It's the long, quiet, and often boring stretch of the journey. And this is precisely where most people give up. It's not a dramatic flame out. It's a quiet fade. You miss one day, then two. You tell yourself you'll get back to it tomorrow, but tomorrow never seems to come. This is the messy middle, the dip, the plateau. It's the part of the story that doesn't make it into the highlight reels. We see the exciting start and the glorious finish, but we rarely talk about the sheer grind in between. Think about learning a musical instrument. At first, learning a few chords is a huge win, but then you hit a wall where you have to practice scales for hours just to get a tiny bit better. That's the middle. Or building a business. The launch is exciting, but the day-to-day work of managing operations and finding clients is a long, repetitive process. That's the middle. So, how do you survive this quiet quitting zone? First, you have to expect it. Know that the dip is coming. It's not a sign that you've failed. It's a sign that you're making real progress. It's a natural part of any meaningful pursuit. When you anticipate it, you won't be blindsided when the initial motivation wanes. Second, shift your focus from outcomes to process. Instead of being obsessed with the final goal, fall in love with the daily routine. Find joy in the act of showing up, of putting in the reps, even when it feels like you're going nowhere. Celebrate the small, boring wins. Did you stick to your schedule today? Awesome. Did you practice for just 15 minutes when you felt like doing nothing? That's a huge victory. Third, find a community. The middle is lonely. Connect with people who are on a similar journey. Share your struggles. Celebrate each other's tiny steps forward. Knowing you're not alone in the grind can be an incredibly powerful motivator. It turns the silent struggle into a shared experience. And finally, remember your why. Reconnect with the deep, personal reason you started this in the first place. Was it to improve your health, build a better future for your family, or express your creativity? Your why is the fuel that will get you through the long, quiet miles when pure enthusiasm runs out. The middle is not the end. It's a test. It's the filter that separates those who are just interested from those who are truly committed. If you can learn to navigate this quiet, challenging space, you'll find that the finish line is much closer than you think. Don't quit in the quiet. Embrace the grind and keep going. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. The result that reframed everything day 7 didn't arrive with drama. No sudden spike. No cinematic reveal. The result showed up quietly, almost casually, which made it more unsettling than exciting. When the numbers were added up, the outcome crossed a line that hadn't been crossed before. Not because it was huge, but because it was repeatable. That distinction changed everything. The result wasn't luck. Luck doesn't behave consistently. This did. Each day had contributed a small, almost forgettable piece, and together they formed something solid. The shocking part wasn't the amount itself. It was realizing how predictable it had become. Predictability is rare. Most people live in cycles of spikes and droughts. This sat somewhere else entirely. That's where the reframing happened. $100 a day isn't impressive in isolation. It doesn't signal wealth. It doesn't change status, but it changes leverage. It creates optionality. It turns pressure down. It buys time, clarity, and margin. Those are invisible advantages that compound far faster than money alone. The mistake most people make is chasing intensity. They assume effort must feel heavy to matter. But heavy systems break. This worked because effort stayed flat while understanding increased. The system absorbed learning without demanding more energy. That's the difference between hustle and structure. Short tests usually fail because people expect transformation. This one worked because expectations were deliberately lowered. The goal wasn't to win big. It was to observe honestly. That honesty revealed something uncomfortable. Many past failures weren't caused by bad ideas, but by unstable execution. Too many variables, too much emotion, no containment. This also clarified who this isn't for. Anyone looking for excitement will get bored. Anyone who needs validation will quit early. Anyone who confuses movement with progress will overcomplicate it. That exclusion matters. Systems that work quietly must repel the wrong users to protect their integrity. The future implication wasn't about scaling immediately, it was about choice. Once a process proves itself, it can be extended, duplicated, or left alone without fear. That freedom is rare. It removes desperation from desperation. It replaces urgency with strategy. The calm that followed was unexpected. No rush to repeat the story. No urge to broadcast success. Just clarity. Clarity that consistent inputs create negotiable outcomes. Clarity that boring done well outperforms exciting done poorly. This wasn't the end of the experiment. It was the end of confusion. The result didn't shout, it didn't need to. It simply sat there, undeniable, waiting to be acknowledged. And once seen, it couldn't be unseen. The real question now wasn't whether it worked. It was how many people would ignore it because it didn't look impressive enough to try.